Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just touched down in Brussels and the trip was the easiest one ever. I jumped on the train in Paris, I didn't even get checked for my luggage, no security, no passport checks, sat down for an hour and a half and then popped out in Brussels. Can't complain. I just checked into my Airbnb and again, they did it good. And I'm so central, I'm right by the Grand Place or Place. And the guy that just checked me in gave me a huge list of restaurants to eat at, and it's not like I need an excuse to eat, but it'd be rude not to. I'm unpacking, there's just an explosion of paint and tea, which just about sums me up. So this is the flat. I mean, how cozy and nice is this for a week? Kitchen, which isn't gonna get used. And then I'm so central, look at the view. Gonna be spying on these people later. I'm so chuffed. A place to sit, a place to eat, another place to sit, another place to eat. What more do I want? Okay, I think my favourite thing about this flat is that the blinds are electric. There's like 100 remotes and I feel like Bruce Almighty or something. It's great. So I've been in Brussels for a day and a half now, and honestly I'm not feeling it just yet. It's not quite what I expected. So I've walked around the town a few times, went out for dinner, and spent most of the time watching Sabrina on Netflix. So today I'm forcing myself to go to some museums, because I think rather than just walking around aimlessly, I'm actually going to go and do something. I think that might change the experience a little bit. I went to the cartoon museum and I actually loved it. I used to do comics and cartoons and stuff when I was younger. I've always wanted to fuse like fashion illustration, comics and storytelling in some way, but I've never quite figured out how. But yeah, well, that museum's kickstarted my fire to like think about that more. So after the comics cartoon museum, walking around and stumbled upon this massive cathedral. I can't remember the name, it's like Saint something and Saint someone. But I thought I'd sit there and draw it because it just looked really nice. But I had this Italian guy behind me kind of peeking over my shoulder every 2 minutes trying to check the drawing out. He thought it was sly, but you gotta do better than that, baby. But yeah, just a quick line drawing, and then I mean, cathedrals are so down, there's so many details that you can't quite capture it all unless you're going to sit there all day, which I am not. So just did a loose line drawing and then some watercolour over the top. So I went to the Brussels Fine Art Gallery Museum. I love me, don't get me wrong, I love me some art galleries and some museums, but as soon as I stepped foot in that place, I could not stop yawning. And I was in there literally 5 minutes and I yawned about 10 times. I just couldn't stop. What the fuck is that face? just got home, so I think I'm just going to draw a little bit and then see what happens, because I had a whole day of like soaking up the sights. So I'm just going to doodle a little bit and then have a bit of fun. So I'm becoming obsessed with pastels, and I'm not very good at them, but also obsessed with like scenery and stuff, because obviously a lot of scenery is so nice and I can't draw it and do it any justice. But pastels are just so, well, they're messy as hell. I mean, look at all this. I mean, they're not easy to use, but they're fun. I like the effect. I'm no master just yet.
Planmäßige Abfahrt 9 Uhr.
I should just recorded this, but I've seen it's better lighting over here, so I'll do it again. Time for a day trip to Bruges. I'm in like the scariest fucking train station. It's so busy. But as soon as I told everyone I'm going to Brussels, everyone's like, skip it and go to Bruges. So today I am. See how it goes. And it's stunning, just like I thought Brussels would be like, but it wasn't. But I've been speaking French, well, not speaking French, I said bonjour to one person, and it turns out they speak Flemish here, not French, so I'm even more screwed than I thought. It's like 25 degrees and the sun is shining, and as usual, I am dressed appropriately. Museum, and I thought it'd be packed, and I'm the only one in it, so that's a bit creepy. Look at this wallpaper. I know I've eaten a fair few amount of pastries, but I mean, that's a bit excessive flooring, come on. I asked a woman how long it takes to go around the museum, because it's near closing time, and she said half an hour. And now I feel like if I don't spend half an hour in here, then she's going to think I'm some uncultured, unarty swine. So when I was in Bruges, I thought I'd sit down and try and life draw some of the people there, because It's one of my favourite things to do when I'm out and about, is to like just sketch people live. I try and capture them in just like a single line to try and understand anatomy and poses and stuff a little bit more. But and thankfully it was a sunny day, so that means I wore my sunglasses and no one could see that I'm like a peeping Tom. It's still nerve-wracking to draw live in like public, because people walk past and just because you're sitting there with a sketchbook and a pencil, people obviously are going to take interest, see what you're doing. So there's always this like pressure to whatever you have to do has to look good straight away. So you can't really do something experimental, well you can, but there's always that pressure on my mind, like, God, this needs to look good straight away, otherwise people are going to think, what the hell is he doing sitting there drawing? So it's tricky, and like you just got to turn that little voice off in your head, because you're just tempted to show off, so you're tempted to go straight into drawing something that you can do easy and that looks good, but that's not the reason you're sitting there trying to draw. So it's tricky, and you just gotta, I guess, just keep practicing and just not give a crap about what anyone else thinks. Although it's completely all in your mind, because I don't think anyone would walk past and be like, oh, there's shit. Right, this is totally unrelated to anything to do with travel or Brussels, but Lizzo's album, I can't even say it, Lizzo's album came out today, and I mean, I love the songs that I've heard, but I've just listened to the whole album and I am even more in love, and I just love her, so I thought, do you know what, draw her. So I tried my best to sort of recreate the album cover, because I thought the album cover photo was like amazing. Okay, finished the Lizzo drawing. You can't see it. I'll go to the window. So there's Lizzo. Quite proud of it. I mean, I don't normally do that much skin tones, but there's a lot of errors. But I mean, it's my first proper drawing in a while, so it's okay. So, before I came traveling, I was joking to my friends saying, this is going to be my Eat, Pray, Love moment. And then I come to this flat, and the guy was like, oh, there's a DVD player and a couple of DVDs, and guess which one of them is? So you best believe I was watching this last night.
This one, you want the...
So as I said earlier, I'm becoming obsessed with pastels. And then the one other thing is the landscapes and the scenery in this place are really, especially in Bruges because it's such a sunny day, really inspiring me. So I kind of just did these last night while watching Eat, Pray, Love. Do you know, I'm just loving playing with like the scenery. I'm trying to incorporate backgrounds more into my work, but it's kind of tricky. But I'm enjoying it. worked on this yesterday after the Lizzo drawing, and it's based on a photo I took in Bruges, and yeah, it's just me toying around with pastels again, so I just love the effect and the texture. Quite proud of it. There are again a lot of issues, but I like it. So it's my final day in Brussels. I gotta go clean this flat because I haven't even got that much with me, but for some reason I can just spread my shit everywhere, and I need to tidy up. So I'm going to Luxembourg. I got a bus tomorrow at midday. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see my other travel videos, and then comment below if you've been to Brussels and what you think. But I'll see you guys in Luxembourg, so bye.